Don't you know that from coast to coast, where there's dope, there's hope, where there's dope, there's hope. Sheesh. Wait, is it lit? Don't.
Whoa.
Woo-wee.
Are we back?
We are back again.
We back again.
Mhm.
Okay. Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
You know what I'm saying?
Second one for the Pride Month.
It still is June.
It's
you know what I'm
still
saying?
June.
Soon to be Juneteenth.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things going on in June.
Juneteenth.
It's your boys. We back at it again, man. It's your man EarthTone.
And your man, the real Peasy. Hey, let me swallow that.
Yeah. Go ahead and get your voice right, man.
Hold on. Let me
Go ahead and get a swiggle.
Get a sip.
Go ahead and get a
Herbal
swiggle.
Tea mug.
You know what I'm saying? We back at it again for the 33rd time.
For the 33rd time.
You know what I'm saying? Episode 33 of the Herbal Tea Podcast.
This our Jesus episode.
Oh, is that what it is?
Jesus died at age
He
33.
did. He
There's 33
did.
shots and one Glock. That's 16 apiece. That's 30. 21 was holding 17. 27 hit to you. 6 with it to you. Some shit like that.
Yeah. He broke it down. He did the math. You gotta do the science though. You
The
gotta do the
mathematics.
science.
You gotta.
Come on, man. But we just gonna get right into it, man,
Right,
because
right,
it's a
right.
lot going on.
It is.
You know, the city been slowly opening back, man. But now
It's official.
the doors is bust open.
Biatch.
They bust wide open, and we officially outside now.
We
So
outside.
if you around, we around. You know what I'm saying? Just know that. Who we got, man? We gonna get into this music.
It's a lot of good news.
We gonna get into this
going on.
music.
We are
We
gonna
gonna
get into this
music.
Man, I love new music and I love listening to it.
Come on, man.
Our first one that we are bringing to the stage.
Who are we bringing?
He is a newcomer.
We got a young boy.
We got a young boy.
Okay.
Shout out to the main Delli Boe.
Delli Boe. Okay.
Let me go ahead and get y'all familiar. Delli Boe is a Belize-born, LA-based singer and songwriter and rapper who rose to fame in 2018
Okay.
off the massive popularity of his viral bisexual problems. Bitch, can you solve them?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So he came out with it.
He
like,
came
all right.
out. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing
From
for a
the
little
jump.
while, but then it was that one that hit for him.
Okay. Belize
saying?
born. Come on, Belize.
Come on, Belize born. That's Central America. You kind of adjacent to where your boy is. We might have a conversation. I got some questions for
Okay.
you.
Shine. Ain't
Yeah.
Shine from Belize?
He is from Belize. You know what I'm saying? He part of the whole
He
situation.
running for government and all that.
But, you know, bisexual problems went viral on TikTok, blew up on TikTok. So he got a couple million views off that on YouTube right now. I think it stands at 2.1 million views. From
Oh,
there,
damn.
Yeah, he went major with it.
Well, damn.
Kind of brought a whole lot of good fortune.
Okay.
So from there, a few more viral singles. His first EP, Phase 1, spelled like WON, and high-profile collaborations with the likes of Kid Ken, and a songwriting deal with Warner Brothers Music Group. So he's actually writing for somebody. He will not disclose the name in the interview that I had seen where he was disclosing about the deal.
Ooh,
So
okay.
he's writing for people at Warner.
Oh, so you found some things.
Right, I did
Damn.
find things. He's out there. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot going on.
Dope.
He is very, fun fact, comfortable indulging in his masculine and feminine identities, mostly in his visuals. They're in most, if not all of them. But be very clear. He is a verse top. Off the market.
Be very clear.
He's involved. He can't take big dick, but he'll suck it to the end, and Issa Rae is a fan. Have you heard of Delli
Listen,
Boe?
I love the bullet points because he got right to it. You know what I'm saying? I love that because I feel like I really know him now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the gist of it.
he gave you like, yo, listen, these is the hot points. And everything after that, you're going to make your own. I haven't heard of him before, but it's interesting that you mentioned he's a collaborator of Kid Ken because he gives me like Kid Ken's older, raunchier brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like that sounds about right. I love that.
They got a few freestyles going on. They definitely hit the WAP up, so they was definitely giving Megan and Cardi B energy.
I love
that
that.
one. So
I love that, man.
it's kind of winning.
That's
So,
super dope.
Yeah. So that's what's up. He has a new project that is out right now. It's called Delli Boe's World,
Delli Boe's World.
and it came out on the 2nd of April.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a 7-track EP.
A ep.
or an album. I don't know.
It's an app. It's an app.
Whatever you want to call it.
It's definitely an app.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm going to call it?
What?
I'm going to call it a Reginald Get the Fuck On Out of Here.
Oh, goddamn.
Get this album.
Whoa.
Come get this shit.
Wait a minute. You ain't even like, you ain't even warm niggas up to that. You was like, all right, this shit is 7.
I did.
You was like, this shit is 7 songs. It's a but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to give it. Yo, this shit is whoa.
I thought that
okay.
I warmed it up just enough.
Hey, well, tell them about it.
You already know.
Tell them about it.
7 tracks. Reginald, I gave it a 16%.
Holy shit.
And I only like one song off this album. And
oh, my
that's
God.
Why.
Oh, my God.
The song.
Well, what's the lucky song?
The lucky song is I Want to See Some, or IWSS.
Ah, okay.
That's the bop for me.
Okay.
The rest of it is. Okay, I get he's having fun, which is what he was saying. He was having fun with the record. But I'm kind of like, all right, the way you spitting, there's not really a lot of dynamic. After that first couple of songs, you're like, I get tired of him spitting like that. You know what I'm saying? With that whole loud and brashness and that, you know what I'm saying? Like really, really super hyper animated for what reason? Like, just kind of trying too hard at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Kind of giving Blueface and Saucy Santana.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it's doing right now. Have you seen the videos?
I didn't see all of the videos.
Okay.
I saw one of them. But yeah,
so far there's only 2.
Okay.
It's for the first 2
okay,
songs.
I thought he had a few more.
He's working on more.
Okay.
But the first 2 pretty much give you the sense of who he is. And this is the thing about TikTok rap, which is what I'm going to call it, is the music is only going to be as good as the person that's doing it. And there's not a whole lot of replay value in it for me. So when I saw the video, I'm like, oh, this makes sense because look at him. Okay, now it clicks. Okay, now I understand who he is, where he's coming from, what type of energy he's giving. But this is not something I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to play some Delli Boe, put it on a playlist, and see if I'm going to get my life from this. It's not giving me that because he's not really spitting a lot. He might be giving a couple of punchlines, but he's not giving me nothing substantial here. He's giving you a quick 1 minute or 2 minute song at most.
Yeah.
And it's out of here.
It averages about like $1.45.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you could do some damage with that. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of songs, don't matter the length, but it's not really a whole lot of substance going on here. Now, granted, he did say he was having fun with it, and he's got some other serious, because I like the way he was spitting on the bisexual problems. He kind of got a smoother flow, really explaining what the whole situation is, and he wasn't doing any of that on this record. So I'm kind of yearning for that. You know what I'm saying? A little variety would that help.
Yeah.
Yes. And the production, as dynamic as it is, it definitely matches him, but sometimes it's still like he's trying to outdo the production. And that's a lot. That's a lot going on. So,
okay.
Reggie, come get this song. Come get
you
this
gave
album.
it a Reginald what? 16?
16th.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yowza.
Delli Boe, shout out
Okay.
to you for your music. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing.
Hey, well, he's just getting started, so he
Absolutely.
he got some more work to do.
For sure. Let's get it.
You definitely gave him some shit to work on.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Damn, 16%. Reginald James.
Reginald, what you got?
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't give it. Well, I gave it a 38% mid.
Okay.
38% mid. It was. I agree with you on a lot of points. I feel like his biggest flaw here was, even though he averaged about $1.45, 2 minutes a song, this project is too long for you to be talking about the same content on every single song. I'ma just point out. I gotta point this out. I'm gonna give you the first line to every song. It's only 7 songs, but I'm gonna just give you the first bar. First song, "Welcome to the World," of Delli Boe, and I be that bitch you never tell no. Okay. 2, "Who's Next?" Don't compare me to no bitch because I'm next. Okay. These are the first bars, opening bars. Third one, I need a bitch down to fuck me in the bathroom. My name ring bells like a classroom. 4, look at me, bitch, I'm the bomb. Boom. I'm the baddest bitch in the room. Like, you get the gist of it. It's like these is the opening bars for every song. It's like, we get it. It's cool, but I agree with you. Like you said, it's the lasting value is very. It's like, here, I heard it, and I'm probably not gonna go back to this ever again. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't terrible. Like, I could see how, I could see how the kids gonna love it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's a vibe. It's a mood. It has its situations where it could be played. You could throw this on your playlist and get hype for the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could get you up. It got that energy.
You might be able to pregame off
It's so funny that you said Blueface, because that was one of the people I said I heard. I heard him. I could hear a little bit of Paperboy, even though the content is very different.
Yo, Paperboy is into him. He's very much
so
into
that makes
Delli
sense.
Boe.
So that makes sense.
It does, and this is the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could definitely hear Paperboy. I could hear, the tonalities.
I
the
even
way
hear Rico. Rico's in kind of
Yes,
the same
I
kind
gave-
of thing going on. That type
But
of
that's
rap.
why I appreciate artists like that. That it's not necessarily okay. He's not using his natural voice. That's not his talking voice.
Yeah,
he's
no.
putting more into it,
No,
and it's an
nah.
energy and it's a certain thing that goes into that. And he's also rapping. He is rapping. He has a few bars where he called. I was like, okay, it's not a lot. Ain't nothing smack me in the face. But he had a few lines where I was like, okay, he knows how to put together a line. He knows how to rap. But it's like you said, that same flow. I don't want to hear that on every song. And then I don't want to hear the same content. If he would have I want to hear him do that same style, but then talk about some real shit. Like, give me, you got to vary it up. If you're going to give me this as a single, okay, a couple songs, a 2-pack, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear 7 of these.
Right.
A 7 of the same exact song. Like, it's like, come on. Like, you might as well just gave me one single, which, like you said, I want to see something. That's my joint too. Like, that was one of my favorites. I thought
when he said some ass shit.
I thought the Del
Dick
Clit.
slinging.
I thought the Del Clit joint was kind of dope. I thought him and the Big Clit. I like their little collab. I thought she kind of took him a little bit, but I thought the song was entertaining. Like, it was a couple joints. It was like, it was cool, but I just don't want to hear a whole project's worth of that. And then if this is what I have to look forward to as far as your album,
Yeah, I hope that's not it.
then it's like, but it's like you said, he has other joints where he showed different flows,
little bit
and
of
different,
versatility.
yeah. So I know he has it, but I just don't know why he chose to give us a whole project full of. Like I said, he could have just gave it a 2-pack, and it probably would have got a higher grade.
It would have been
You know what I'm
fine.
saying? But yeah,
It
man.
would have been fine.
38% mid, you got a 16% Reginald
16,
James.
absolutely.
Reginald James to the building,
For
ladies
real.
and gentlemen.
Hella personality, though.
Well,
I'll say
there you
that.
have it. Go check it out for yourself. Let us know what you think. Delli Boe, man. Delli's World. It's out. Streaming on all platforms.
Del
You
Boe's
ain't got
World.
no reason to know.
He was,
I said Delli's World?
You said Delli's
It's Del
World.
Boe's World.
That was exactly what the guy that was interviewing him, he was doing the same thing, kept calling it Delli's World.
I know he
And
was
they
tight.
corrected-
I know he was
corrected him
tight.
a couple of times.
It's tricky, man. And you a new artist, so we gotta get used to it. But hey,
Mm-hmm.
go check it out. Let us know what you think. Hey, man.
For sure.
There you have it. So who we got up next?
Who we
man?
got up next?
We're gonna bring another one to the
We're
stage.
going to bring another one.
So you heard of Dojah Cat?
I have heard of those.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got a little inside joke. We know a Dojah kitten. You know what I'm saying as well. But today we bring it to the stage, Dojah, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen. Dojah. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Dojah. Q plus artist, of course, hailing from San Francisco.
A Bay Area.
She has a mantra.
What's that?
CSO. $O.
Ooh.
Championship only, man. She not playing with you. She out here.
Championship only.
Yeah, championship
I know
only. That's
a
all
fuck
she
right.
doing.
Come
Elite,
on. The
elite
mind
level.
state is already there.
Exactly. She started out writing poetry. But eventually, came across, writing raps, tried your hand. That's kind of a natural transition.
Yeah, that happens.
It's a little bit of a gateway creative.
Absolutely.
But then she fell in love with the process of, creating music. When you writing and it becomes therapeutic and the whole recording process, hearing yourself on record and all of that stuff.
yeah.
She fell in love with that, and ever since it been out of here, she's been, recording music. Now she's a fairly new artist. She's only been doing it for about 2-3 years as a artist. Like I said, she started out doing poetry, so she was always doing, her pen game was always there. But as far as transitioning into the music, that came as of recent, 2 years. She also directs and produces her own videos.
Facts.
So that's kind of a trend, especially amongst the younger and up and coming artists.
DIY artists.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it all
the
yourself.
amount of resources you have that can help you with certain things, they take it into their own hands, and as they should, man, because it costs to be an independent artist and do this and do video. People don't realize that. They like, yo, you need more videos. You need to do. It costs. Makeup, wardrobe, location, videographer. It's a lot. It's a lot. So she does her own. So she already cutting out the middleman. Have you ever heard of Dojah?
I have not heard of Dojah, but when you said that she used to do poetry, I was like, you know what? That voice definitely gives somebody who has a good spoken word, kind of aesthetic, like type of voice.
She definitely has a presence.
She has one of those.
She has a presence on the track. Well, she has this new single, Same Shit.
Same shit.
Featuring her homie, Foots the Beast.
Foots the Beast.
Foots, Footz, the Beast. It came out April 6th, 2 minutes, 48 seconds.
Right.
Listen, man. I want to roll one up when I hear this.
Like, you want to roll?
I want to roll some of that loud, man.
I definitely want to.
You know what I'm saying? It gotta be that loud when you roll into this. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking with this joint, man. I gave it a 64% loud.
Same shit.
I gave it a 64% loud, man. The beat came in, it instantly gave me that. It put me on the West Coast. It put me on some gangster shit. It was like, okay, I hear that sharp bass, that bow. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is where we going with it. And then, like you said, her voice and her presence, she has a patience and a steadiness to her flow and her voice, but it's still powerful, if that makes any sense. It's kind of dope. It's smooth at the same time, but it's like, yeah, I'm here. It's a presence to it. So she already given that. And then it's on some gangster shit, but she not glorifying it. This ain't no fairy tale about the hood or whatever. She trying to give game to the young niggas that's still in it. They on that same shit. They waking up dying for the same shit.
Man.
They waking up fighting for the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Probably get lined up by the same bitch. Like she giving it to you on some real shit.
Yep.
It's slick lyrical. And then the beat hard, you know what I'm saying? And then the hook is infectious on some same shit. She on the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. I was, man, I don't know, man. I was rocking with it. And then the line that kind of was poignant for me, ain't no love in this world, don't go looking for it.
That's dark. That's dark.
You don't even need the bar before or the bar after. Just ain't no love in this world. Don't go looking for it.
Hit you right
What?
there. That's what it is. That's the reality.
That's lyrical to me. Like when it's like lines like that kind of resonate. It don't even got a rhyme. Like I don't know the bar after that or before that. I don't even know if it rhymed. You know what I'm saying? I know, but it's like I'm just singling that bar out. It don't need the rest of the bars to stand with that impact. You feel that. It's like, wow. And then she got the homie. She pretty much grabbed Baby E40. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga!
She grabbed Baby E40 and was like, yo, come give me a 16. Come hop on this shit for me. Come hop on this for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard it, I didn't know they was from the Bay. I was like, oh yeah, he definitely was influenced by E40. And then I read the bio and I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Come on, man. He got the extra off-kiltered ad-lib doubles and all that. Like he was giving all that. He kind of went off too, but I think she carried the song. Like it came together for me, man.
It's natural.
It came together for me. 64% loud. How you feeling? How
You
you
know
feeling
what I'm
over there?
saying?
How you feeling over there?
Come
You on the
on,
same
man.
shit or not?
I'm definitely on the same
shit.
Roll up
shit.
that same shit.
Come
Because
on,
it's
man.
that same
Come
shit.
on.
It's kind of giving the same shit that she was just saying
Come
shit.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
What you want me to do?
Listen, roll up another loud for your boy.
Oh, shit.
Because, I mean.
A double loud pack?
It's pretty much double loud.
Wow.
You said 64, I said 65.
Oh, my God.
I said 65. Psh, what happened?
1% off.
What's up, SA?
Come on, man.
What's
On that
up,
same shit.
SA?
On that same shit.
Yo, chick did it. Like, I was actually teetering on loud and mid for this because I was like, you know, is there anything going on with the song that shouldn't be happening?
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, nah, she's definitely giving you like the reality of it. It's something that's been the street shit been happening like
It's not new.
forever
It's
and
not
ever.
new.
It's not. It remind me of Nonchalant. Remember the song 5 o'clock in the morning? Where you gonna be? Outside on the corner. You better get yourself together. That type of shit. But she gave it the West Coast feel on it. And
And
that
then she
shit
gave
made
it
me-
like she in the field with him. Like
She in
we
the
all
field,
doing
like,
it, but like
she see
you should
you.
probably just like I see where you going. I've been there. Like
right, I seen you.
you
My
ain't doing
brother
nothing
just
new.
came off that shit. Like
Yeah.
like she got family or whatever friends that been through that same shit.
we on the same shit.
And it really and truly, the thing that made me pull it over the edge is like, yo, this song made me want to get on a West Coast beat. Because if this is how it's sounding out there, I'm pretty sure
we kind of do. We do for like getting on a few different type of joints.
absolutely.
You
And
know what
I've
I'm
never
saying?
I've never been lucky enough to find something that, that I would want to do. But y'all West Coast
Yeah.
motherfuckers is killing
That
it.
shit is hard.
You know what I'm saying? I
hard.
really fuck with this beat. And definitely, like you said, Foot's on the beat. What was the
Foot's the beast.
Foot's the beast. Foot's on the beat.
So I can bring a new producer.
Yeah.
Foot's on the beat.
Foot's the beast. Shout out to him. He does give E40. That's
Baby
what
E40,
for
yo.
real. And the way they, I don't know if his voice is naturally like that, but it kind of sounds modulated. Like he got.
Well,
an
it was
effect on
the you know how you do your doubles?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doubled this whole verse, but it's like
Ah.
slightly off time, so it's
So kinda has
phasing
a
like the
flanging type of situation, and I like that. It kinda
Yeah,
adds a little
it
bit
gives
of
a presence to
edge.
his voice.
It
Yeah.
gives him a little bit of a personality, as opposed to like a distinction. Of
Yeah.
who's on the beat.
Because E40 has some of that too, but then E40 is just a little. He's way more unorthodox with the
Exactly.
flow. That's why I said baby E40 because he got
sure, for
influence of it, but it ain't.
The tone is there.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
tone is
yeah.
there. So this shit's rocking. That's all I gotta say
Okay,
about that.
so we got two loud, a double loud pack.
Double loud. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, shout out to Dojah. Don't get confused with Doja Cat.
Not to be
you know
confused.
what I'm saying? With an H at the end.
with
Same shit.
Doja Cat.
Featuring Foots the Beast. Go check it out on all streaming platforms right now. Let us know what you think. Are we tripping? Like, are we gassing it? Because we loud, two louds. I mean,
I think it goes. Y'all let me know.
yeah, man, she jamming. Like, all right, so who we gonna bring up next?
The next
Who
one.
gonna follow this act?
The follow-up to this act. Have y'all heard of Slayyyter?
Slayyyter, like AC Slayyyter from Saved by the Bell.
Not AC Slayyyter.
Oh.
Slayyyter with two Y's. Slayyyter.
Well, hold on. I think you're missing a Y. Actually, let me double check. It's 3 Ys.
Wait, it's three Y's?
It's tres Ys.
Oh,
tres.
get out of here. My bad.
Tres.
Slayyyter with 3 Y's. Slayyyter.
Exactly. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the next Q plus artist that we bring in. She is a St. Louis born, LA based singer and songwriter who began posting music on SoundCloud independently and built her following on Twitter after a song of hers, or a string of singles rather. It was her 2019 single Mine that went viral online and gave her a top 40 charting position on iTunes. So it led to a sold-out debut tour. So that's how much popularity she got. She was able to go on tour for the first time, and all the dates sold out.
That's crazy.
So
Your
she-
first tour,
Pretty much.
you just closing out everything.
Everything.
That's
she kind of doing
ridiculous.
it. You know what I'm saying? And it led to her self-titled debut mixtape that peaked at number 4 on iTunes Pop.
Okay.
So she kind of really popped off. And that was just a couple years ago. So
Damn.
you know,
So she started with a bang.
pretty
huh?
much. And
Must
you got
be nice.
a lot of co-signs from a lot of different, superstars and people calling her name. Influenced by, the likes of Nelly Furtado, Gwen Stefani, Janet Jackson, Madonna. So basically MySpace era pop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. MySpace era pop.
Pretty much.
What a genre.
That's kind of, they were all like popping during that era of, and I remember it pretty distinctly. So, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay.
She was called out for some racist tweets back in 2019. So that kind of like,
What she said?
she was just making disparaging comments, like she was doing some weird
Just
shit.
little. Okay.
Weird shit, like making up racist little terms made out of like terms that are against black people and Hispanic people, kind of mixing them shits up and making up her own shit, but it was like blatantly racist. So find those tweets and a lot
Expose
of people,
her,
and her fans, the same fans that went to her tours, all kind of exposed her for those same tweets.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that. And
I like
and
that
I don't
shit
and I don't
too.
want you to blackball her, but like as fans, you gotta hold her accountable. Like, look, what was you talking about with this?
Exactly,
And you know, that's all.
It was weird.
That's my whole thing about the whole canceling shit. Either,
Right.
Like, you gotta get the emotion and the knee jerk reaction out of it because we all humans. You've all done some shit that you don't want to come to light and don't want nobody to be. You know what I'm saying? So don't be so quick to judge. She's young. She ain't kill nobody. She ain't go to no. You know what I'm saying? She ain't out here protesting, at least as far as we know. But,
for sure.
But I do appreciate her fans holding her accountable.
Yeah. She was young, and she said as much in her apology. She did apologize like very, very profusely about it. She wrote a whole letter about it.
If Justin Bieber could still put out albums, then...
And then, ain't that the shit, though?
Listen,
that the shit?
Hey.
A lot of people get second chances, which is kind of my whole thing. It kind of just... It burns me a little bit when I see stuff like that.
It burns all of us.
But I also am a fan of growth. I also celebrate people evolving and shit like that. And
Absolutely.
And I can't say that when I was a teenager, I was perfect. I was not perfect either.
And I would want that same
respect
afforded to me.
If
exactly.
some shit was to pop off.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
shit happens sometimes.
And I wouldn't, but I wouldn't, try to explain it away. I would just definitely
you gotta
take
accept it. You have to.
This is part of who you were.
Yeah.
But Twitter wasn't around necessarily when I was a teen. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Fun fact, actually,
what
to
happened?
kind of switch the gears a
What
little
happened?
bit.
What happened?
I pointed out the whys because I actually found out she did the whys for a reason, the extra whys. Because at first it was just Slayyyter. Like, she got her name based off of her favorite character from the movie Dazed and Confused.
Well, why did she put the extra why?
Social media, Twitter, IG. You gotta find your handle.
Oh yeah.
You know how many Slayyyters it is?
Yeah, right.
Come on,
True.
B. You heard it first as soon as AC Slayyyter.
Yeah.
She threw a Y in. Then she's like, oh, somebody took that. Let me throw another Y. Oh, somebody took that. Let me throw another Y. Oh, all right, we good. So yeah, that was all. That was it.
You're right. Okay.
That was it.
I like it. I
know what
like
I'm
it.
saying?
That's how it goes sometimes. All right. So Slayyyter with 3 Ys. You know what I'm saying? She dropped this single. It's called Over This.
She over it.
Because she's over it. And it came out May 7, 2021. This is the second single from her debut album, which is out right now. It's called Troubled Paradise. And I'm going to just go ahead and drop the percentage on that.
Give it up.
It's a 60 mid for me.
Okay.
It's a 60 mid.
Okay.
I definitely hear the Gwen
Borderline.
Stefani. Yeah, borderline. I definitely hear the Gwen Stefani in the song because it just sounds like if Gwen Stefani, if she came out today, this is how she would sound.
Okay.
Because this is how she sounded when she was going solo and went pop and that MySpace.
When she started
era.
fucking with Eve and shit.
She started fucking with Eve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Love Angel Music. As a matter of fact, she mentioned Love Angel Music Baby as a big influential album for her because of the way it came out. Like, she had like 1,000 videos for it. And, it was an era, and she liked the way the videos came out, the way they looked, the way she sounded, everything about it. She's very influenced by it.
Okay.
So that's why I say you did a good job at paying homage to your idol in this song. So she gives that in this song. It's a pop rock record. It's just loud because it scares me. It scared the fuck out of me when it came on because it starts off with a little guitar riff and then it just blah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit powers up. And I was scared. I was like scaring my neighbors. I ain't want my neighbors knocking on my door.
You just got there.
I really did just get there. We'll talk about that later, but I ain't want no problems. I just got there literally over the weekend. I ain't want no neighbors coming in because I'm bumping Slayyyter too hard. You feel me?
Got you.
That's kind of how that record sounded to me. But at the same time, the record is very, well produced, expertly, but very clean. I love her harmony on it. Double harmony kind of really, really does something for me on the record. Songwriting's not the greatest, but I mean, I understand the sentiment. I'll be over it too. And why am I still here with you? We're leaving. It's time for the end this. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So,
Okay.
it's-
60% loud?
That's where it's at.
Okay,
No,
okay.
60 mid, because it ain't loud because it's been done before.
Oh, okay. I thought you
So-
said 60 loud.
But it's a good song. It's a good enough song to get the
It's right
60.
there almost.
It's
but
almost there. It would just needed a little bit more originality for me
Got you.
for it to be loud.
Heard you.
Boom.
60% mid.
Mid.
I didn't enjoy it as much. I gave it a 38% mid.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I thought it was cool. I feel like if Gwen Stefani ever saw this episode, she would have beef with you because come on, B, don't ever disrespect Gwen like that.
You're not seeing it?
I mean, she cool.
You're not
I
hearing
could
it?
hear the influence. I could hear she might have liked her when she was listening and she was young, but
She's trying to do her best
I
karaoke.
mean, she not really
Gwen.
giving me enough soul to be compared to Gwen. Like, I ain't really get, cause Gwen stepped out of that whole pop rock. Like, she had a little bit more swag, and I didn't really get that from Slayyyter. It was a cool song, but it was like the typical pop joint. Like, I could hear, what was the joint that used Avril Lavigne? She was giving me like all of those little, all of those
She's
stars.
definitely right there.
It wasn't really like it was like you said, the pen. Like when you have a sound like this, it's super polished, it's well produced. She sounds great. She can sing.
Yeah.
The only thing that's really gonna pop for me is what you talking about.
you
How that
talking about.
pen, like
Yeah.
how you saying what you saying?
Yeah.
Because a pop record, you could only talk about a certain amount of joints.
Yeah.
Your topics are already limited.
Yeah,
So how you gonna talk about the same general topics?
How you gonna spin
That's the
that?
only sauce you got, and she
didn't bring it.
They might have threw some butter on there, but I needed adobo. I needed pepper. I needed some more seasonings, and I ain't get enough.
You
It
ain't
was
get
enough.
enough.
It was that's what I'm saying. She threw some butter on there because the vocals was
Some
smooth.
butter.
She could sing the harmonies.
Yeah.
So that's what kept her out of the original. But yeah, it was 38 mid for me. It was 38 mid for me. Like I could hear the song. It gave me like commercial music. Like I could hear this in a commercial, like a car commercial or something like that. But it wouldn't be nothing I'm going to Spotify.
So
and
you don't
listening
think
for
Gwen
or
is gonna
anything
call her and be like, "Yo, I love this song." You don't think she's doing that?
She might be flattered, but I don't think she's gonna bring her out of retirement. Gwen, like, she raising babies and
She
shit now.
raising-
She
she
married to Blake Shelton. She ain't.
Yeah, she's not worried.
She not coming out for
checking.
Slayyyter. I don't know. Not yet. Not on first album. She might have to. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Yeah. So
Not it.
38% mid. You got a 60% mid. What did y'all think, man? Go check it out. Hey, these is new artists. This is my real honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? Both of ours. We don't have no reason to be pulling punches and
Nah.
we don't know these artists. So we just going off of the music and how we feel and
Period.
yeah, that's it. So go check it out. 38% mid, 68% mid, 60% mid. Over this, she over it.
We're over
Are
it.
y'all over it? Like, we gave y'all our shit, so we over it. That's
We're
it.
over
we
it.
gave you what we had, and that's it, man. So about this time. We done held it down for the Q Plus community.
We wrapping it up?
But we also have the small few. The allies.
The ally.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to bring it to the ally of the day. Who we got? What we doing?
Let
What
me
we
tell you,
doing?
it's the
Ally of the day. Hey. Ad-libs. Come on, man. We out here with it. So who we got today?
Who we got?
Is that the question?
What's the question?
I'm sure you want to know.
I do want to know.
Baboni.
Baboni?
Baboni.
Baboni.
The one and only Bad Bunny, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen. Bringing to the stage our ally of the day.
Come
So let me go
on.
ahead and break it down. I'm sure you've heard of him before.
A little bit.
He's kind of out here,
a
man.
little bit. That's
Rap-
that boy that was on that Cardi song?
Yes. We're gonna get into it.
All right.
Rapper, singer, songwriter. From where? Puerto Rico, PR. Come on, man. Shout out to Swanee River.
Shout
PR
out.
in the building. You already know what it is, man. He gained his popularity on SoundCloud. So he was popping on SoundCloud and then was eventually signed. He was working in a supermarket and attending classes at the University of Puerto Rico when he got signed. So when he didn't even know. He was still regular with it. Ended up getting signed. His stardom rose after, as you just mentioned, his collaboration with Cardi B on I Like It. And then he collaborated with Drake, y'all. Drizzy Drake. You know what kind of star power that holds.
You know what that is.
You know what I'm saying? On the song Mia, just Mia. I was hearing that song for so long and didn't know who it was.
Oh man,
it was just like
I didn't know it was Bad
songs.
Bunny. I thought it was.
That's what I'm saying.
One of the mother
I knew
Latin
the song
trap
before I
niggas.
knew who he was.
Yeah.
But that song, currently to this day, that bitch has 1.1 billion views on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Billion.
Oh my
I don't even
God.
recall ever going to a video and seeing the number. Cause I was like, okay, 100, okay, so he had like 100 million. Okay, so he out here. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Those are extra commas. Like, wait, it's fam, 1.1 billion views on one video. Ridiculous. So he's out here with it. Not only is he out here with it, he's a proud supporter of the Q+ community.
Yeah.
Let me talk about it. So he dressed up in drag for a music video. Now this is a young artist. He ain't established. He's not a legacy act. You know what I'm saying? He still has a lot to lose as far as taking huge risk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Certain people not wanting to mess with him anymore for certain messages he might put out.
Right.
This man dressed up in drag for a video. His video was called Yo Pero Sola. Pero Sola, right?
Yo Pero Sola.
Exactly. He wanted to highlight the female perspective. And he actually, I think it sounded like a female is actually on a hook. But instead of, like, he's dressed up like full out. Like, he has prosthetic breasts, all of that. Like, he went all in.
Went all the way in.
Latex heels. I'm like, okay, so he's really going in with it. And this is somebody who, identifies as a straight male.
Right.
And on top of that, he also performed a live performance on Jimmy Fallon. And he wore, like a kilt. And he wore this shirt. And he was pretty much paying homage to this young trans woman that was murdered in Puerto Rico. Her name was Alexa.
Wow.
And on his shirt, it said, "They killed Alexa, not a man in a skirt." That was on his shirt in Spanish that he wore on Jimmy Fallon live for his performance.
Man.
This is a man who has 1.1 billion views in a feature with Drake. A new artist, man. He's popping. Like, he's on his rocket and he's doing this and making these kind of stances.
From Puerto Rico.
Exactly.
Not necessarily known to be the most supportive towards LGBT people.
That part. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot going on with this dude. He's an interesting dude. And he also has a history of doing, gender fluid performances. So this ain't nothing new to him. Have you ever heard of Bad Bunny? Of course you have. You know about
have heard of Bad Bunny. I have some friends that are big fans of Bad Bunny.
Makes sense. Okay.
And I never knew why, gay friends of mine that and he cute too, but of course at the same time, like, the fact that he went that far, that was news to me.
Yeah.
So
you got news just now?
Just now that he went on Jimmy Fallon. I knew about the video, but the Jimmy Fallon situation, that was news to me.
Yeah,
and
man.
Him standing up for
That's
trans
big.
women.
That's
very big. You just don't see that outside of Ricky Martin.
Exactly.
From people from Puerto Rico.
Exactly. Absolutely. And then he even spoke about that. He spoke about, the hyper masculinity and toxic masculinity that sits within the genre of reggaeton. Because reggaeton, like, it's like you said, Puerto Rico, they're not playing that. Like, it's you're not getting away with all of that.
Yeah.
But he don't care. He's doing his thing, and his biggest reason behind doing that, he feels like everybody should be inclusive. Everybody should feel welcome to reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't want it to be exclusive to certain people. Everybody should be able to enjoy it. Everybody should be comfortable and welcome. He made a quote in an article where he just said, like, he would hate to not feel welcomed and to some place that he wanted to go. So, like, that's the last thing he wanted to do, and he want to make an effort to make sure that everybody knows that they welcome. So shout out to Bad Bunny.
Shout out to Bad Bunny.
He's out here doing it, and he also has a new single out right now.
Okay.
Called Yonaguni.
Yonaguni.
It's actually an island in Japan, and it's associated with this myth known as the Island of Women, where they saying the island was, inhabited by all women. They used to, they had their own, they took care of each other and all that. So that's what I found on it. I never heard of it before that, but apparently that's what it was. And it kind of made sense once you hear the song and then if you find out the lyrics behind it. So it came out June 4th, 3 minutes, 26 seconds. I gave it a 60% loud.
You gave it a 60 loud.
I gave it a 60% loud.
Another loud pack.
I like this joint. I I like Bad Bunny in general. He has a very unique voice.
Yeah.
He got that soulful rasp. You know what I'm saying? Especially for like a reggaeton artist.
Yeah.
He has like a soulful rasp to his voice, and he really could sing. Like he moves effortlessly between like notes and octaves. Like he has an interesting control of his voice, and it's a certain emotion that he carries in his voice. Like I don't even know what the fuck he's saying, and the emotion resonates. So that's even more. Like you talking about somebody, I don't know Spanish, so I don't even know what he's talking about, but I can hear the emotion in the way he sings. So that's how this was kind of catching me. Nice melodic, smooth production. You know what I'm saying? It still got that typical reggaeton drum. You know them drum. It got that. You ain't getting away from that. But it's still bopping. Like I said, the vocal performance was there. And then once I went through the lyrics and kind of, saw what he was talking about, I fuck with it even a little bit more. Because, I like to get into what they saying. They could be saying anything. You know what I'm saying? The bars could be trash. I don't know. And it don't necessarily always translate from Spanish to English. Like, the bars ain't going to always rhyme because you saying different words for something that means something different in English. So, like, the bars ain't going to necessarily rhyme. But you can hear what they say. It's like reading a poem almost at that point. If you give me your address, I'll send you 1,000 letters. If you give me your bank account, I'll send you 1,000 pesos. What's up, man? Like, he in her ear, like, man, like, spitting that shit. Like, that's all I needed to see. I'm like, okay, I see the vibe he on. And then the hook, he pretty much saying, like, he's talking to a joint that got somebody. And he shouldn't be talking to her, but he don't care because she bad, and he can't get her out of his mind. So I'm going to just run this down and let you know if old boy ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, listen, give me your bank account, 1,000 pesos. Wherever you at, I'll fly to. I'll fly to Yonaguni. I'll book my trip right now. Let me know where you at. What's up? What we doing? So I was like, all right, I'm done. I was sold. There we go. I see the pen was there. I heard. I ain't even need to read no more. I felt it through the emotion before I even understood what he was saying. Then once I understood what he was talking about, it was like, okay, now it makes sense. The emotions I was getting from the melodies and the, come on, man, 60% loud for me. How you felt?
Man.
How you felt? What you thought?
I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Okay.
Because I love this record, and the other thing that I got from it was there was a little bit of sadness because it's like part of what he was conveying was that she's not just going to Yonaguni, she's going for good.
Yeah, like bring me with you.
Right. So he's like begging her, like, tell me something, like, can I go, please?
Whatever.
Why can't I go? This, like, I'll do anything.
Give me your
to
cash
go
app,
with
like,
you.
whatever. I'll
but
pay for your
she's
flight.
going, right. I need to be there with you. I miss you.
He was going through it.
And I didn't understand the word. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I speak Spanish, but not fluently. So I don't always. And Bad Bunny is the type, he slurs all his words.
Yeah.
So it kind of melds into one harmony, melody, if you just listen to it for that. So while I don't understand everything that he's saying, I definitely feel the pain.
Yes.
And the video kind of conveyed
powerful.
it. Yeah, that's something very, very unique. Like, not everybody can bring you that, can bring you there. But I think that's one of the special things about Spanish music, Latin music, Latin trap, or adjacent genres like bachata, salsa. You hear that type of emotion, no matter what wordplay or what
it's like Puerto Rican blues.
Yeah, it's definitely jazz influenced, and you feel the pain, even though you don't understand what they're saying. You just know something sad's going on.
It's
Most
resonating.
of the time, they're singing about love. They're singing about trying to get a woman, and they're singing about some kind of loss. So I like that, and it's conveyed here, and he bring it to some hard ass Latin trap drums. I'm kind of a fan of that.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
So my rating was another loud pack.
Oh shit!
65.
Come on, man.
Situations.
You see there? Listen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
When you get two double packs, two double loud packs, man. Listen, y'all gotta go check those out, man. Bad Bunny,
get into that record.
Yonaguni, streaming on all platforms right now, man. Let us know what you think. Is it allowed? Should we give it a fire? Like, is it? What you think? How you feel? Let us know in the
I don't
comments,
know.
man. Yeah, but that that wraps it up for the music segment.
That's what it is.
And the music is only the soundtrack to the Skreetz.
Only the soundtrack to the Skreetz.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so,
the Skreetz is definitely bopping to the
bopping.
music. And you already know when with the music, the streets is always popping to the music, popping and locking and dropping.
Of course.
And
pop, lock, and drop it.
right.
Pop, lock, and
All
drop
of
it.
that. They go more of that MySpace era shit.
Oh my God. That shit was hard, though.
It was very. I was definitely pop locking and dropping it in the club. First couple of times.
We all were.
So, it's time to take it to the streets. You already know what it is. I'm your street correspondent.
Hey.
The real Peasy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to hit you with the needle drop first.
Okay.
Like we always do about this time.
What we got?
Shout out to Dirty Hannah.
Hey.
Have you seen that I'm Dolce video?
Is that the one that he shot at Lambda?
It sure is.
Hey.
It has Lambda written all over it. I hope Lambda got their bread.
Come on, Lambda, the Harlem Connect.
The Harlem Connect, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely a look, you know what I'm saying? Dirty Hannah has come up, and this joint is a bop. So check it out. Shout out to Miss Cam.
Okay.
Your boy sitting right next to me put me on because featured on this track, Fuck the Checkup or FTCU, featuring DDM and Chaotic Couture.
Mm-hmm.
The video is definitely killing it. DDM is killing it in that little clip. That's what I saw, but I went and listened to the track. It's kind of fire. I highly recommend it. Definitely some Baltimore shit. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Dope.
Tia Carter.
Hey.
Y'all heard that Lovers and Friends?
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? She kind of smoothed it out.
Come on now.
She in her lane. And I love it because that's the only lane.
Ain't nobody's
doing that.
Like, I don't hear
I don't see nobody doing that type of soul music.
And she's bodying it.
She's bodying it. She's killing it. So shout out to her. King Princess, back with a new one.
Oh, really?
House Burned Down. We checked that out.
Of course.
Early last year with
HTP
her album.
alumni.
You know what I'm saying? Cheap Queen was a bop. She gave us another bop this time around. Now back to DDM. DDM, Dapper Dan Midas, if you guys are not familiar, y'all should be damn familiar because we reviewed him last year around this time for his album. You know what I'm saying? He was on the cover of the June 2021 edition of Bear World magazine.
Dope.
Now, shout out to him. He gave a really, really dope interview. You know what I'm saying? It kind of coincided with the year anniversary, like I said, since his acclaimed Ballad of Omar album.
I got to check that out.
Yeah, so really, really amazing interview. He was talking about a few projects that he's on. He's working on new music right now. He was featured in 2 documentaries, all centered around Baltimore house music. Like, he's a big kind of a fiction. This is where he came from. These are his roots, Chaotic Couture, DDM. They kind of big around there. So you got a couple of documentaries. One called Dark City Beneath the Beat. That's on Netflix. And Children of Paris.
Dope.
That is done by TT the artist.
Okay,
You
come
know what
on,
I'm saying?
documentaries.
He's out here, and Issa Rae is definitely looking in that direction as well.
Wow.
So it's kind of a situation. He kind of popping out here.
Huge. That's huge.
That's pretty huge. I also found interesting his commentary when he would say there was a little bit of tension in acceptance of his acceptance in the mainstream queer world and in the black queer world, because he kind of floats between both of those things and how both of them have their flaws. But he ultimately said the thing was he didn't really feel like there was space for him in the mainstream queer world, but also that same idea was happening in the black queer world, because we the most judgmental around our own people.
I was about to say we face the same shit.
For real. So, but what he realized was it's just better to support your own people for the sake of maintaining your own identity, because after it's all said and done, who's going to have your back?
Damn.
When you're an entertainer, when you really down and out, it's going to be your own people that you look to, because these white people, and he said it's so dope, when they got their marriage rights, marriage freedom became a thing in 2015,
they was cool.
All the white people forgot about all the whole fight.
They was cool.
They was fine. They left everybody out to high and dry, and niggas had to fend for themselves.
Wow.
So that was real tea that he gave in that interview. I really fuck with it. Y'all should check that shit out. Alibi featured on Complex magazine, right?
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Alibi, for those not familiar,
That's huge.
First black-owned gay bar in Harlem, owned by Alexei Minko. You know what I'm saying? So he got a little interview on Complex magazine, which is a very big publication.
That's a big deal, man.
It is. And, you know, they were kind of doing their thing for Pride Month and just, you know, supporting black queer businesses. And he was just talking about life during the pandemic and, you know, how he kind of really suffered. He really did. And we were talking about this, how he was, you know, how I was looking. They're literally down the block, like 3 blocks away from Lambda Lounge.
Across the street from Harlem Nights.
From Harlem Nights.
Yeah, it's
right?
It's a little
It's
strip
a little
right there.
nook.
It's a little strip now.
It's a strip there,
Yeah.
and it's a little nook right there. You kind of blink and you'll miss it, but the security guard will definitely be like, "Yo, what's going on?"
What up?
We popped
We
in.
pulled up.
We pulled up. I think it was for Bug's birthday, right after Bug's birthday. I want to say, or was it some?
Nah, that was something else. What did we go up there for?
It was either Bug's birthday or my birthday.
Because your birthday, we was in a party bus. I mean, Bug's birthday, we was in a party bus. I think that was your birthday.
It might have been my birthday.
It was the legalization the day after.
The day
that was definitely your
after
birthday.
the weed legalized.
Yeah.
Was your
We was
boy's
out.
birthday.
We was in the
out.
streets.
And we was definitely an alibi. But to keep that bar open, he had to make a few concessions. He had to actually listen to the community, which I thought was interesting because we was just talking about how Alibi kind of felt like it was a little bit trying to be more bougie than what Lambda was doing. Lambda was getting the gold, and, you know, Alibi was kind of sitting there, you know, shriveling and shit until he started taking note of what people were saying and, you know, taking in ideas that would help the business thrive and keep going during the pandemic. He was doing GoFundMe fundraisers, and, you know, he had to start selling drinks to go, and he didn't want to do all of that. But these are things that had to happen in order for him to stay alive. And
Hey.
fortunately, he lived through it to talk about it. This was a great interview.
Gotta
Check that shit
evolve
out.
or die. That's how it goes,
Pretty much. That's how it go. And, you know, because there are so few spaces for black queer people, there's a thing out there now called the Lavender Book. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Have you ever heard of the Green Book?
I've heard of the Green Book. That's why I thought I was like, okay.
That's exactly what it is.
What?
So during Jim Crow laws, of course, you know, you had the Green Book that, you know, was something that black people had that told them what spaces were safe enough for them to patronize.
Oh my
because,
God, we need
you know,
this.
It's Jim Crow laws. They were getting hung left and right.
Yeah, it was like life or death.
Absolutely. It was a survival thing. Lavender Book is the same idea, but for queer people. So it's pretty much in its beta stage, but it's a crowdsourcing application website where, you know, if you know a place that would be safe to trans people, trans women, or, you know, black queer people, you can send it in and, you know, enter it into the system so that other people have access to this information across the United States.
That's fly.
Yeah.
That's fly.
It's
Who's spearheading that? What is?
I didn't get the name of the person that's spearheading it, but you could go to the website lavenderbook.org and you'll be able to at least see for yourself. Camera Cuts, which is a barbershop in Bed-Stuy that's black owned, queer owned by black queer women. That came up, you know, as a space.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they're gonna do like barbershop studios,
all types of
restaurants.
establishments is in there, not just bars,
whatever.
But any space where you might need a service is all eligible, and if you know it, you can go in and put your information.
Oh my God, that
and
is
it
amazing.
can help.
And
the
then
next
can you
person.
see where that's gonna lead? The ads, the people that's gonna start having to pay to get on that book because they don't want to exclude and they don't want to lose the business of the book.
That's
oh
real.
My God.
That's real. So
it's about
out
to be
there.
crazy.
It's out there. Go
Okay.
check it out. Lavender Book. Definitely a great tool.
That's fly.
Moby Fest happened a couple weeks ago.
It did.
We were looking at it. I kind of caught a glimpse of it.
We was in the chat box a little bit.
We was chatting a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There were some things happening. I had some questions for you because you had found out about a couple of things that I was wondering about.
Okay. Did I?
Yeah. So we saw the performances. I saw Cakes on there, saw Big Frida on there, saw Asian on there, and then a ballroom situation happened happened.
Yes.
And there was a dance going on in a bodega, and this chick was killing it. And I heard that she was from somewhere that might be a little familiar. Why don't you break it down?
I mean, it just so happens that the artist you talking about in that bodega where I'm assuming they shot that. They from Jersey, man.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Oh.
Newark, New Jersey.
Why
to be
would
exact.
they not be?
Newark, New Jersey. From the bricks.
From the brick city.
Come on, man.
That's
Come on,
what it
man.
is?
What was her name? I'm blanking on the name right now.
All right, come back. We'll come back to that. But I just wanted to shout out Movie Fest for that whole thing.
She bodied it. She bodied it.
She
Oh,
killed
my
it.
God.
That was my favorite part of the Movie Fest. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, my
You know what
God.
I'm saying? They definitely put that together.
Bodied it. It was a dope little situation, though. I enjoyed the whole event because you got to think COVID-19, of course, has been crazy. People didn't even know if we were going to have Pride this year. They didn't know what was going on. And I have to give it to them. The production quality was there. The Cypher had some audio issues. But, I mean, you know, for the most part, the visual was there. They had a dope little virtual background that was, you know what I mean, they put some effort into the production, and the fact that they even were able to bring all of those artists together. I saw some dope, amazing artists that I had never heard of. So it was a dope little event for the community, man. I appreciated it.
Shout out to Movie Fest. You know what I'm saying? Word to Movie Fest. Maybe we could get up on there next year. You know what I'm saying?
You'll see
Send
how
out
it
an
go.
invitation. We'll see how it go. But we see y'all. You already know. All right. Let's bring it local. You know what I'm saying? I just graduated from the Doe Fund, y'all. And you know what that means? You don't know what that means. The Doe Fund is an organization that provides housing for people who, you know, basically been through things. They've been homeless. They've been afflicted by drugs. Maybe they came out of jail and shit like that. So I was living in one of the organization's houses, a better place on the Upper East Side. And, you know, the idea is for you to use the services in there so that you can get your own independent housing, which is what I did.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Salute. Salute the kid.
I'm really, really, really feeling life right now.
Yeah,
I've been in there
man.
for 7.5 years.
That's a big fucking deal, B.
And it is a big deal because, you know, just looking back and I remember where I was. I remember just the anxiety of where I was when I first moved in there, the headspace I was in, and everything I was going through was crazy. It was the type of life that I would never want to return to ever again, but I will write a book about it.
Oh, man.
And put y'all in. But, you know, the place that I lived at provides a housing voucher. It's part of the Housing Choice Voucher Program, which is where the building you're in is assigned a voucher just itself. And if you live there for a year, you can apply to take that voucher with you, you know, to get your own housing, which is exactly what I did. It's a long process, I'll tell you. But, you know, long story short, I got the voucher. I'm in my own independent housing now, lottery apartment. And this is kind of like the chapter that's closing, but I'm also celebrating because the fact that I was able to even get through it,
Yeah, man.
considering everything that was going on. My man here has seen the fucking
A lot.
trap
A lot.
that I lived in. It
Listen,
was a
man,
trap house.
I gotta tell you, the come up
Crumbs to bricks.
come up is real.
It's very real.
It's well deserved.
And I'm telling you, and I'm just saying, I'm sharing my story for other people that could get into the same
Yeah, man.
situation.
It's you know,
it's possible. It's ways
it
out.
just lets you know, man, it's a cold world for real. Like, this shit is not just peaches and cream.
No, it's
it
not.
ain't like everybody don't want to see you win.
Yep.
Everybody's not gonna give you a helping hand. Like, it's rough out here.
But
So you
despite-
gotta count your blessings.
Count your blessings. Despite that, there's resources out there to help
Absolutely.
people, you know, that look like us, talk like us, live like us. And, you know, like I said, I write the book about it. And I'm just want to be the person that you could see that if it can happen for me, it can definitely happen for anybody that's in a situation. I just want to provide that. That's it. The little bit of hope out there for people who feeling hopeless.
Yeah.
All right. Flipping on to a more positive note.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Did you hear about the next versus situation?
Fam.
Oh my God.
It was funny because I'm like, damn, when we recording, like, wait, what's going on? Like, I thought it was tonight. I'm like, am I gonna miss it? And then are we gonna be able to, fam? This is gonna be pretty interesting. This should be a good one.
Yes.
And I like I like the format. I enjoy the new format because it depends on who it is, but it's more like a show now. Like
It's a show.
they brought it, you know.
My God.
I feel like they still should make a segment for the Skreetz, like bring it back to the original format. Maybe do like an offshoot where they kind of get that to maybe younger artists who only got like 5 joints. They don't got 20 hits. I might give you a hard 5 or a hard 10.
That's gonna be mad short. No, they could make it. They could make it
do
into
multiple
something.
joints. Give me like 3 joints, but keep the same. Because you need that fiery energy. Remember when they was doing just the producers and they was like,
I was. Then the songwriters, I like that
because it's too
dynamic.
friendly now. It's like.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, this new one with Eve and Trina, it's probably gonna shape up to be pretty much the same thing. But I just think,
I don't know. It might be a little.
I think it's gonna be monumental, and I couldn't believe that. Why it's like why didn't I think of this? Like they complement each other so perfectly.
No, I didn't.
It blew my mind.
You know, people always throwing out like who's gonna be the next versus, who's gonna battle against who. I did not hear this pairing thrown out.
I did not see this
ever
coming.
And I forgot they had a joint.
Like they have a couple of songs.
That's
together.
what I forgot. I'm like, oh shit.
And they came out at the same time. They came up from doing the same thing.
They was definitely each other's competition. Not necessarily competition, but like she was the Miami Eve. Eve was the.
They're definitely different versions of each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I say they complement each other so well. And the fact that it's even coming together, I think we all win personally.
Come on, man.
We all win.
I feel like that's all the verses.
It is like that. It's a celebration.
You're gonna see something.
It's not gonna be no competition, not no bitterness, not nothing where you got to take down the other person. I like that. But at the same, you know what I'm saying?
But I don't think it's gonna be, if it is a competition, it's gonna be on some you know, like a friendly, competitive type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
this could be something.
I think it's gonna be a show because they're both showmen. You gotta remember. You gotta remember, like Trina shows out. You know Eve gonna show out.
They both got mouths on.
Yeah, so it ain't. They not just gonna give you. And you know the key. Who was the Keisha and
Keisha and Ashanti?
Yes.
I like the way they avoided that by just kind of letting you know that same week, because they was talking about the Keisha and Ashanti one and they let a whole month pass.
It was too much. And but remember they had to cancel. They had to reschedule.
They had to reschedule it.
Keisha caught COVID.
But
Ashanti caught COVID.
Yeah. But see,
Ashanti caught COVID.
At the same time, you know what I'm saying? That momentum died. But with this one, I think they dodged that.
I mean, they got the deal now, so they, you know.
Now they got to come through.
Yeah, they out here. The production value has gone out the roof. They got bags.
I'm so excited.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be good. I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in.
This situation, I could just imagine. Right.
Who you got? Who you taking? Don't pick nobody. Don't pick nobody. I ain't gonna put you on the spot. Don't pick nobody. Go ahead.
We already had this conversation.
Yeah. What we got next?
Behind the scenes.
Keep moving.
All right. Just want to shout out Paperboy. You know, he's still coming hard.
Okay.
Because in New York City, the mayoral elections, that's Monday, June 22nd. That's coming up fast. So he's definitely out in the streets a little bit more. He just did a whole smoke out protest in front of City Hall. That was the same day as our video shoot for the Highest Notes, so we couldn't make it. God damn it!
Yeah, I know.
The irony.
Yeah, I know.
Irony.
Like, because we would have been there easy.
You know what I'm saying? He was on Spectrum One News, which is a local news station here in New York City. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty big one because anybody that has Spectrum will probably have it, and Spectrum services damn near everybody.
Well, shout out to our global listeners who don't have Spectrum, though.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of them. But he was definitely on, and if you haven't seen the Spectrum News interview, he has it posted on his Instagram account.
Yeah, so you could definitely
watch
see it.
He was going in with, I think it was Errol Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he crashed the debate as well. Yo, he's out here busy.
He's been running around, man. He's running the streets for real.
He been definitely running the streets. Shout out to Paperboy. And if you haven't seen our interview,
come on, man,
it was the best interview
What are you doing?
ever.
What are you doing?
Go on to my website, I.K.P.me. You will find a link. Matter of fact, the video comes up on the page from EarthTone's YouTube, and you will see the interview.
You can find it. You can find it several places.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And we got the audio. So if you just want the audio,
If you want the audio, that is episode 31.
Come on, man. We out here. You got to go check the shit out. We interviewed the youngest
non-binary
mayoral candidate for New York City.
New York City.
Come on, man.
And you missing the action on Twitter. You don't follow me on Twitter, so you missing all the retweets and all the conversations
really?
happening. Because I did tweet about the interview.
What are we missing?
Just yesterday.
Is we going up?
Everybody
retweeting our joint?
Yes, of course.
Who? Oh shit! All right. We gotta say that. I gotta go on. I ain't been on Twitter.
Get your ass on
out.
Twitter. Get you stuck on Instagram and Facebook.
You're right. I ain't on Facebook. I hate Facebook. Ugh.
And at the same time, you might want to follow your boy because you still don't follow me, and I'm gonna call you.
Oh my God, you
it.
do. You feel a type of way about it. I
definitely still feel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm honestly sorry.
I mean, but it is what it is.
I honestly haven't been on Twitter. You know I don't be on Twitter.
It's
though.
your
You
loss.
know I don't be on Twitter.
It's your loss. It's a lot of hood rat shit going on. Thought shit going on.
Yeah, because you can still post wild shit on Twitter.
Can. And that interview is just one of the thought shits that we posted.
Let me find out they going up on Twitter. I gotta check it out. Okay.
Paperboy retweeted it, so of course.
Yo, he did.
Yeah, hello. We don't do this for fun.
Come on, man. Let's go.
We don't do it for free. So that's the streets for y'all.
We hot out here.
You already know.
Do we have we got a? Damn, I ain't even touching the herbal tea. I gotta get on Twitter, y'all. Hey, listen, make sure you maintain your socials. Do what you gotta do out there.
Follow us on those socials. Herbal Tea Pod on Twitter. We are out there. Follow us there, and of course, herbal.tea.pod on Instagram.
Absolutely,
you already know what it is.
But on that note, you know what I'm saying. Let me switch the gears a little bit.
Let me switch up the game.
Yeah, man.
On the floor, I fall back to back because I might put it on.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and take it to another smoking session in the smoking section, y'all. Come on, let me go and hit this CBD bubble kush real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because we out here with it.
What happened?
And whenever we come up in here, it's always, we get inquisitive with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to know what's going on. What's the tea? What's going on? What's in the news? What's the latest, greatest?
What's the real tea going on?
I was wondering, is weed gay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it? Because, we start a lot of trends. We start a lot of shit. We the first to a lot of shit.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? That we don't get credit for.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes.
A lot of it.
So, like, what's the relation
Niggas
that we...
is laying down in interviews now, so you did just tweet me that, so... just wanted
like,
to
when
say.
the last time you saw it? You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden... Okay, I feel you, though. Get your life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not asking you literally, is weed gay? Like, come on, what are we doing here? It's Sherlock Tone. You know what I'm saying? But... what's the relation? You know what I'm saying? What's the correlation between marijuana and the LGBTQ community? Well, we're gonna figure it out.
All right.
So it might sound striking at first. It might be like, okay, what the fuck is going on? But if you think about the medical benefits of weed, and then you think about some of the unique health challenges, that pop up within the LGBTQ community, it kind of make more sense than it might, on the surface.
Listen.
So when we talking about, some of the common and unique health changes in the larger community, these are things we face with regularly at a disproportionate rate. You know what I'm saying? And this is like past, present, and future. These are things that's still going on. Some of those things include physical and mental health challenges that come with, HIV and AIDS. What that did. You know what that did to the community in the 80s.
Just being black and gay.
You know what I'm saying? Gender reconfirmation. That's surgery.
Yeah.
That's invasive.
Yeah.
That's recovery.
Yeah.
That's pain.
Pretty much.
That's meds that you might not have access for. You might not have the insurance for all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot going on. The prominence of addicted recreational drugs. And we ain't talking about weed. We talking about, you know what I'm saying? No tea. No Tina. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
No
We're talking about the
Tina.
hard stuff.
No Tina.
We're talking about the hard stuff. The shit is ravaging the community.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Mental health issues just in general. Depression.
Right.
You getting kicked out of your house at 16, 14, 15. Homeless. Family don't accept you. Trauma. You might have been sexually assaulted, physically assaulted, just for being you. You know what I'm saying? These are regular things that a large portion of our community go through just on a regular basis.
Unfortunately.
And guess what helps with that?
Mary Jane.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of the health benefits of marijuana, especially when we talk about, PTSD, depression, anxiety, you know what I'm saying? Even a mild pain relief, you know what I'm saying? An alternative to popping perks and doing all types of things. Maybe you might not need nothing that strong. You might not need nothing that addictive. You don't want to really go that route.
Let me tell you the pain I've been going through.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Perks and painkillers, that's not as acceptable. You could go up the block and get a nickel bag, get it done. Everybody got weed. You know what I'm saying? You might, like I said, you might not have the insurance to get those medical treatment, to get those resources that you might really actually need. But hey, you only got Tylenol right now. So your Tylenol, it's going to be that marijuana. Especially in the earlier days, like we said, when the world, was turning a blind eye to the epidemic that was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even talk about being trained to handle it. It wasn't even an incentive. They were like letting people die by the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. So they wasn't getting the proper care.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta deal with the pain in some ways. These is early onsets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't have access to coke that was out. You know what I'm saying? In the late 70s, early 80s. Coke was a thing. That was the big thing.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying? Certain drugs, you got the cheap shit. But weed, you can smoke weed all day. And it ain't gonna have the effects of heroin, crack, and all that other stuff. And it's gonna give you certain health benefits, that might help you in certain situations where you might be in a pinch. You can't get to certain medical, supplies and resources. But, a lot of that comes from, this is a common thing that's going on. It's like other underserved communities. You know what I'm saying? Minorities, especially when we talking about QPOCs, queer people of color.
Right.
The family households, kids are getting kicked out earlier and earlier. They resorting to houses and living on the streets and, doing what they got to do to survive. The last thing you're thinking about sometimes is your health. And these are all factors that play into these, percentages that are disproportionate that, we face on a regular, and it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
But that's an interesting correlation because that's something you might not think of. We smoke weed every day. We chill, we smoke with it. But it's certain people that they kind of needed it in a different way, and it served different purposes. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm glad, they kind of finally came out and was like, all right, let's go ahead and legalize the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Legalize.
Yeah. But breaking it down, so there are some improvements. It's changing because back in, 2012, there was a survey that went out to medical schools, and a result of this, they found out that 52% of the medical industries, they didn't provide any LGBT competency training. So I listed a few of them. There's certain unique health challenges that we face.
Right.
And if you don't know how to deal with these, you know what I'm saying? So you going into an establishment that's not equipped to give you proper service for what you might need. First of all, you're going to feel uncomfortable and you're not going to get the proper treatment that you need. Mm-hmm. So if they're not even prepared to see you, and then it's already a stigma attached to you socially, it's like, damn, like, where do you go for care? Yeah. So that's another reason why, marijuana was playing a big part of it. It's pretty much a cheap alternative to the resources that you might not even have access to in the first place. So, it's kind of wild, and it definitely helps me to this day as far as I think a big part of my, the way I move and the way I'm able to carry myself is because I do smoke so much and I don't let, you know, certain shit, like, it kind of just balances you out. You don't see too many hothead weed heads. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a certain, you know, it balances you out a little bit and it don't give you that. And then it's not as addictive as some of these other drugs out here. I would say it's not addictive at all. I smoke the blunts, and that's the tobacco is what kind of, you know, give you the addiction. But as far as that, man, we been on the front lines for a while, so it ain't nothing new. That's the correlation as far as the LGBTQ community. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, it's been heavily prevalent. I think as far as the amount of people that they know of, the amount of pot smokers, it's heavy within the Q plus community, man. We smokers out here in general. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely continuing on that tradition. And that's what we have, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think it makes perfect sense.
So I would say, listen, I'm a tag it. Weed came out today.
Weed came out.
Weed is gay, man.
Weed is gay.
Weed is gay. Weed is part of the Q plus community. Welcome to the community. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, Miss Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
You know what I'm saying? She came out as bi today and all that. You know what I'm saying?
This is why the Herbal Tea Podcast brand kind of works. This is exactly the mind state that we were thinking about when we created this whole situation.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very fitting.
Yeah.
For, you know, everything that we're talking about and, you know, just kind of how the platform works and shit like that. So, you know, shout out to you.
Thank you, man.
For putting this whole thing together.
Thank
and
you.
Kind of tying a little bow, neat little bow to this.
You know what I'm saying? I try, man.
Listen,
and on that
man.
note, why don't we go ahead and end it on a high note, man? Like we always do it.
That from coast to coast with this dope, this hope, with this dope, this hope. Sheesh. Wait, is it lit?